Hey everyone, it's Dr. Karras, and today we're going to be going crib style. I have people ask me all the time what I eat, and I figured the easiest way to show you guys what I eat is just to let you see what's in my refrigerator. So, just got back from the store, pretty stocked up right now. It changes every week. I don't eat the same stuff every week, but this is the core of what I eat. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through top to bottom, and I'm just going to go through everything, show you what I eat, and then that's going to be that. So, starting up here on the top left, we got soup. This is tomato soup. It's organic tomato paste. It's got tomatoes, olive oil, all sorts of spices in there, and it's awesome. I love it. It almost turns out to be like a tomato sauce if you wanted to make something with that. Here is coconut milk. I use that in my shakes in the morning. I mix it with some vegetables or some fruits, some frozen fruit, some eggs, and I make shakes in the morning with that. Here is celery, and the reason it's up like this is Jen actually told me this a few days ago. If you put celery in a glass with a little bit of water in the bottom and the celery is really soft, it'll really harden up, and this stuff it's really hard. It's crispy now, and before you could bend it, so it's a pretty neat little trick right there. By the way, if Jen knew I had the fridge open for this long, she probably wouldn't be happy, so let's not tell her. Here, organic spinach. I go through about one of these a week. I mix it in with my shakes, I mix it in with my eggs, and with my meat. I love to eat this. Here I got a bunch of eggs. My dad actually brought 3 dozen over yesterday. These are organic eggs, hormone-free, right from the farm. So these are, I think, $1.25 a dozen, $1.50 a dozen, I'm not sure, but either way, very cheap. In here we got all sorts of meats. We got Amish chicken breasts. These are all organic, hormone-free, antibiotic-free. We got buffalo right here. We got ground turkey in here. We got some ground beef in here. So I have a lot more, but I keep that stuff in the freezer, and I'll probably put some of that back in the freezer. Coming down here, I got all sorts of romaine lettuce. So I got tons here and a bunch down here. I go through about 2 heads of romaine lettuce a day. I don't like to chew it, so I put it in shakes. Chewing just takes too long for me. It's a great way to get a lot of nutrients. So I usually put 1 head in the blender. You can blend it up and you can drink it. It's really easy. Going across here, we got some asparagus. I love to cook asparagus. You can make it a ton of different ways, and it's one of my favorite things to eat. Cucumbers, one of my favorite snacks. You can just peel them and just eat it like you would a banana. I mean, not many people eat it like that, but it's one of the easiest ways to do it. I've been eating it like that since I was little. Like I said, I got romaine lettuce here. Here's some kale. I like to mix the kale in with my shakes too. You can cook it a few different ways, but I just love to, like I said, I don't like eating salads that much, so I like to eat shakes, and it's a great way to absorb your nutrients. So you can actually break the leaves off instead of putting the whole stalk in there if you're going to make shakes, and it blends in really well. We got some carrots over here. Down in the bottom, we got eggplant. Jen and I love to eat eggplant, so we got some of those. We always pick up a couple eggplant. We got apples down there. It looks like a grapefruit we got in there. We got some lemons in that one. Over here on the other side, tomatoes. I love to eat tomatoes, so I have a couple tomatoes every day. I always got to have a good stock of those. Coming up here on the top, we got more lemons. I mix that in with my water. We got some ginger root here. I love to put ginger root in my tea. I just slice it up and I throw a couple pieces in my tea, and it really absorbs in there, so it makes it taste really good. Tons of avocados. I like to eat avocados. I mean, I eat one every day, probably in the morning with my eggs or with some meat. Over here I got a bunch of different spices. I got hot sauces. I like to eat hot sauces with my food. Not many ingredients in there, so it's a lot healthier. We got some balsamic vinegar in there. Here, if I wanted to mix something in with my meat, we got some barbecue sauce, but it's very natural. It's got a lot of healthier stuff. Tomato puree, organic agave nectar, organic tomatoes, organic garlic powder. Everything's organic. Probably picked that up at Whole Foods or something. Here we got some jam. We picked this up in Daytona, so we've had it for quite a while now, but it's all homemade jam, and I think it was $3.50 for that. Those are phenomenal. My family makes jam sometimes too. Here, instead of mayo, we got Vegenaise. Ingredients in here, it's got grapeseed oil, filtered water, no vegetable oil, sea salt, mustard flour, lemon juice. So it's pretty good stuff there. A good thing to use instead. Here, I love to eat these. These are sun-dried tomatoes as a snack. So there's some oil in there. I love those. I use minced garlic with all sorts of things. So I have a ton of this, go through a lot of that, mix it in with almost everything I can. And then I got some omega-3s in here. I keep these in the fridge. And then here we got some ghee. I like to use this instead of butter. So you don't have to keep it in the fridge. You can keep it in the fridge if you want, but you don't have to. Yeah, you can use this instead of butter, instead of margarine, whatever. It's definitely a better thing. It's just clarified organic butter. So it's a lot better option. The ingredients 100% certified organic butter. So a lot better option than a lot of the other stuff. So that's really what I have in my fridge, and this is, like I said, for 2 people. I think vegetables and all this stuff here, maybe 35, 40 bucks I spent on that. Between all the meats, I think I spent 20 bucks. So there's 60 bucks between what we're going to eat this week. That's between 2 people. And then we got all the other spices, but those last a long time, and you can mix those in, you know, with everything for weeks. So, I mean, 60 bucks is pretty reasonable. Eggs are very reasonable if you can find those locally. And that's pretty much what I have in our fridge. Like I said, it varies week to week. So it changes up depending on what's in season, what the stores are carrying. And when the summer comes around, my parents and a lot of the local people, we can get some stuff from them. So it's going to really change up there. But that's my fridge. And actually I have one more thing. Since it is the crib style fridge, you got to have a bottle of Cristal here. So Cristal 2002. I figured it wouldn't be right unless I had a real bottle of Cristal in our fridge. So that completes the fridge there. But this is what I have in here. So this is Dr. Karras telling you to take your health into your hands.